All right, good morning, Warren. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, beautiful people. Amazing morning to everyone in our beautiful community. We want to say welcome to this morning edition of Wealth Secret Mindset Mentorship class. Ladies and gentlemen, no doubt, this is one of the fastest growing mentorship class in Africa. We are super excited. We are super happy for what God is using this class to do in the lives of people by helping them to have a different philosophy, to helping them to build what I call positive mental attitude, and to helping them to achieve and discover their greatest potential. So I'm your regular host on this program, Dr. Afolabi OLATUNJI, and I'm excited to be on this call this morning. Sorry, I'm not able to share my, to open my camera. I think I'm in a place where the bandwidth is very low, so by doing so, it's going to affect to this morning's call. All right, so we started a teaching series where we say, think differently, change your life. Think differently, change your life. And it's been quite interesting, if you want to ask me, since we started on Tuesday on the way you need to start having a different kind of thinking to have a different kind of lifestyle. And I want to begin, if you remember, we started by saying, when you change your thinking, you change your belief system. Ladies and gentlemen, belief is everything. It means that the day you start to think you think differently, your belief system would definitely have a different kind of change too. So we're also able to evaluate 5 thought system that which I shared in the first. I shared that everything begins with a thought. All right, everything begins with a thought, and I give you from the Holy Scripture, even from the Bible, where God created the world. It all begins with a thought. Everything, as the man thinketh, so he is. It's the same way God created the entire world. God conceived the thought of creating the world, and that was how the world became life. He conceived the thought of having life. He conceived the thought of creating human. He conceived the thought of creating everything that has made life this life. All right. So everything begins with us. So looking at the example of God, and he said, life consists of what man is thinking about. So it means that everything you're thinking about, what you think about, is what makes up life. So it's very, very important, that which I want us to always get. I also shared there, I said, the thought is the originator of what happens to us. So what your thoughts plays a major role. Whatever good that is bad, according to Shakespeare, he said it is thinking that is made it so. So if your thought knowingly that is the originator of whatever happens to us, it means that you want to have a better experience of life. You want to have a better meaning of life. You want to have a better experience in this life, so that you can have things better working for you. Very, very importantly. The second thought which I shared was that I said, what we think determines what we are, and who we are determines what we do. Can you imagine? Can you just ponder over that for a few minutes? What we think determines who we are, and who we are determines what we do. So I'm talking here about 3 different processes. Now, the first, if you check from my statement, the first is thinking. You think and grow rich. You think. As a man thinketh, so is he. Now, the second process here, becoming. What are you becoming? You see, what thought is the originator of what you become. If you think positively, you're going to become positive. If you think negatively, you will become negative. The thought process here is doing the act of getting into the work whenever you think in the right manner. Whatever you think, whether right or wrong, the act of getting into it. So there is always the work you need to put in to have a better refined thinking. All right. So the third one, which I shared on Tuesday, was I said our thought determines our destiny, and our destiny determines our legacy. You can't imagine Whatever you think right now, you become what you think about. That is what L. Nightingale said. You become what you think about. So if you think that your thought determines what your destiny, and your destiny determines your legacy, what kind of legacy you want to leave for your family, what kind of legacy you want to leave when you are long gone. What will people say about you? What kind of impact you're going to have in the lives of people? So this matters a lot. Number 4 says people who got to the top think differently than others. So how come those that are being ranked the 5%ers among the 95%ers in the world, how come they are being 5%ers? It means that they think differently. It means that they think differently from other people. It means that they think differently from the way other people think. They have a different philosophy. They have a different mindset. They have a different mental approach to the way they do things. They have a different mental capacity to absorb things that are not yet ready, but yet they are seeing it in the future. So that's what you need to think, because like they say, down is way crowded, down is way crowded, top is, is just for very few persons. So ladies and gentlemen, where do you want to be? And where do you see yourself? So very, very importantly, we shared that on Tuesday, and it's quite interesting. So I started another one yesterday, which I continue the continuation of that. Remember it's 5 thoughts, but to get into the 5th thought, I first shared, I said, all changes begin with your thinking. Everything that you want to change, you don't like your life situation, you don't like your bank account, you don't like your, your academic grade, it has to do with your thinking. Everything. You want a better job, you want to be elevated in your work system, you want to get a better position, you want this, you want that, you want a better house, you want a better, even a better relationship, even a better atmosphere. Everything that you think, a better house, better car, better life change, it has to begin with the way you think. So that's why they say, for you to change the things you don't want in your life, you need to start changing your thoughts. So it means that everything begins with your thinking. So thought number 5, ladies and gentlemen, is that we can change the way we think. If you know we can change the way you think, then you need to start choosing what you think upon, all right? You need to start choosing what you think upon. What is it that you think upon? Are you thinking? In fact, I had a chat with one of my very good friends yesterday, and this guy has been involved in different businesses, and he is so frustrated, and he felt that things weren't working for him. He felt that his life has come to that stage where he could give up, and any crazy thing could happen. He's at a state of depression in his life, and he's so confused. So when he sent me a chat and he said, Afolabi, I'm confused, I don't really know what to do, I had to engage with him. I had to tell him. I told him many things, and I said, you know what? What are the things that you're doing? Even though things have happened this way, what are the things you're doing to surpass or to go ahead of all this crazy thing? He said, Afolabi, I'm thinking. And I said, what kind of thinking are you doing? What kind of thinking? What are the things that you are exposed to? What are the things you put in your mind every day? What kind of things you listen to? What kind of information do you absorb into your subconscious mind, and to have a reflection on your conscious mind every single day? Now, this guy said, I just think. And I said, you just think? You ought in yourself. So I kind of encouraged him yesterday, and I told him, I said, when you think positively, you become, when you think in the right way, you think in a positive manner, everything that happened to you is not positive. But when you think negatively, what comes out, the result of it is negative. That's why negative plus negative is negative. It's not going to bet positive. What about you trying to think differently? How about you trying to think in a right way? Guess what happened? You will have success in the way you think right. If you think right, you achieve success. But if you don't think right, guess what happened? You achieve, or what you get to you is failure. So I was able to educate this young man, a good friend of mine. I was able to tell him the things that he doesn't know, that he just felt like that is the way life should be. So, and he thanked me. He said, Afolabi, wow. And I shared some things with him. In fact, my note, what I taught on our teaching yesterday, I shared it with him. And I said, you know what, Ishmael, this is a piece of me. This is my life I'm giving to you. This is my secret, secret to life change, and I'm giving it to you. I want you to read through it. I want you to digest it. I want you to ponder over it. It is something that I paid for. It cost me a whole lot, but I'm giving it to you. So I took a screenshot of it and I shared with him. And I said, please go use it. He appreciated me. And he said, wow, he sees where his mistakes are. So ladies and gentlemen, the question is, what is it that you are thinking? You hearing me, our YouTube viewers, our live stream viewers, Facebook viewers, Instagram viewers, what are the things that you are exposed to? What are the things that you open your mind to? Are you at that stage too where you think negatively? Are you at that stage where you just sit down and you just think what you think is all that you know? I want you to start thinking differently. I want you to start listening to tapes, audios of people that have achieved excellence in things that you want to do. They are all out there. Why not just listen to them? Why not just listen to people? You remember what they say, mentorship is the gateway to mastery. You need a mentor. You need people to hold you by the hands. You need people to encourage you that life is worth living after all. It's very, very importantly. All right. So, and because of what that kind young man, what he's going through is his feelings. His feelings are costing him. So I tell you guys something. You see, the feelings is the number one to make a personal change. All right. And I'll tell you how feelings work. Feelings keeps us from making personal changes in our life. Your feelings will cost you down. Your feelings will hold you. It's like a weight over your life. It's like a weight over your career. Your feelings are going to keep you perpetually down. And guess what? You need to start removing that feelings. Yesterday, I talked about emotion, how emotion and feelings are interwoven, how they are brothers and sisters. You need to remove your emotion, remove that feelings, because it will cost you from having a better change in your life. Exactly what I told that my friend yesterday. I told him, I said, Ishmael, you need to, your feelings is costing you. Your feelings is what is attaching to, the past history, your past experiences. You need to remove that shell. You can do it no matter what. The day you start thinking, or you look at the way you look at things you're looking at too will start changing. If you look at things are not, there's no road here, how about you just waking up and say, there is a way here, all right? Imagine, if you look at it that there's a way here, trust me, if you sit down, you mentally process it, and you strategically work out some things, you will see that there will be road where people see there is no road, all right? Very, very importantly. So if you now know, I was able to share on the major courses or major promises and the minor promises, difference between the major and the minor promises that we go through. You cannot control your thought, which is a major thing. You see, we can control our thought, and our thought comes as a result of our feeling. If you cannot control our thought, but somehow you should be able to control your thought. It's a major thing, but you will deal with it. How do you deal with the major thing? Now, I want you to check with these minor promises. I said, your feelings comes from your thought, right? So your feelings is the one that comes from your thought. And the major one says you cannot control your thought. So how do you marry both major and the minor things together? So I give you this. I said, feelings are brought out from what you think. So you can now see that if feelings are brought out from what you think, that means that you need to deal with that feelings is to have a different kind of thinking, is to have a shift in the way you think. You have been thinking this way all the time, all this while, and things have remained the way they are. Your relationship has been on the way it is. Your marriage has been on the way it is. Your academic career has been on the way it is. Your lifestyle, your in terms of your work, your job has been the same way. There is no progress. Your business has been the same way. Everything has been like that. Why not just have a different kind of feeling? Why not just think differently? Why not just look at the way you think? Why not just look at the way you process ideas? Why not just look at doing things a little bit, just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit differently, and then you start seeing things change. Now, I wrapped it up yesterday, and which to me, I got this from John C. Maxwell, one of the greatest leadership guru of all time, talking about the 7 levels of change. Ladies and gentlemen, if nothing makes sense to you this morning in this class, I want you to hold this by your head and said, I'm going to run with this. The first says you think big picture. That is the way to go over these major challenges and the minor things. Now, I'll tell you something. It's going to be the major weapon to helping you control your feelings. So you start thinking big picture. Think picture. Big picture makes you see beyond yourself. Now, again, is to think focus. Remove distractions. A lot of distractions are out there. They are laying waste by the wayside. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to remove distraction. I want you to now think creativity. Think creatively. And as you think creatively, you are removing limitation. There is no limit. There is no limit to how you can grow to the best of your potential. That is when you start thinking creativity. Creativity thinking brings about innovation, brings about, ideas. And that is where limitation are not there. So you are not limited by what you see. You are not limited by your environment. You are not limited by what people say about you that is not. All right? I said think realistically. So it's the foundation for a better change. When you are being realistic to yourself, and I say, see, if I think this way, is it possible, or how am I going to be able to go about this and go about that? So you are thinking realistically is a major foundation for a change. And I put also in John C. Maxwell as 7 levels of change. He said, think strategically, have a plan for that change. You must have a plan, ladies and gentlemen. To have a plan, you must have a notepad and pen. Come out and write it down. How do I plan to get to a certain level? Yesterday, I was talking about how we're going to do it in my own new business that I'm doing. I was telling myself, I know it's going to cost me a little time, and that time could be now. That time is this thing that is challenging me, but I'm seeing the big picture. I'm seeing where I'm going. I've already put a roadmap and the kind of achievement, and I'm going to be celebrated. And I see the big picture of how I'm going to be celebrated. People are going to say, welcome, congratulations. I'm already, those are propelling my understanding, my intuition, my drive to helping me to achieve my, to get me to where I'm going. So, and I also said, think possibilities. Think possibility means you are to receive the best, all right? Nothing but the best. You can't cut short. Think possibilities. Possibilities is, everything that you want to do. Thinking that I will be the best at everything I'm starting. I will be the best. I will not be at the bottom. Top is where I belong. Bottom is way overcrowded. All right. And then think reflectively. You got to reflect. You got to reflect. And they said true reflection is more like you giving a true respect to yourself. All right, you respect, or you give a true respect in the process of reflection. All right, when you are thinking reflectively, it births a better way to truly respect others, to truly respect the process, to truly respect the things that you are involving at the moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got value, and I conclude this morning by saying the only number one common element of change is thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying you can't think, but think in a better way. Think positively, because when you think positively, guess what happens? You achieve a greater success. If you think negative, what happens is negative. So the only common number one element of change is what? Thinking. So think and grow rich, think and grow success, think and have everything that God has destined for you to make happen in your life, to start working right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been another beautiful morning, and I hope you got value for your time. You know what we do here at Wealth Secret Mindset Mentorship class. What we do here, ladies and gentlemen, is that we equip, we educate, and then we enrich you with all the necessary resources and information that will empower you mentally to live the very best of your life. And trust me, not just only in this year 2022, but every other year. And we encourage you to join us in our YouTube page. Subscribe, like, and share our YouTube page by clicking on the bell button so that you can get some of our video content every time we put it up there. And the videos we've had for this week so far has been quite really inspiring. And we encourage you to also see it, because we really want to affect our world, we want to affect our community, we want to affect our environment, we want to affect people around us positively. One of the best gifts you can do for somebody is to share our video with them and let them subscribe, let them get into it so that they get and press on the bell button to get notified of any new video that we uploaded out there for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a mastermind class that has no any business attachment of whatsoever. It is a free podcast that we do every single day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. West African time, on the same link, on the same program, Wealth-Secrets Mindset Mentorship class. Ladies and gentlemen, that is where we draw the curtain today. Tomorrow is going to be the review of all that we have taught so far through this week. We started on Tuesday on Think Differently to have a better life change. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying connected. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same link on the same program, where we're going to be reviewing our topic for the week, which is Think Differently, Change Your Life. All right, so we encourage you to be part of it so that we can review it and ask ourselves. It's more like an interactive section. We do it every Friday for all our weekly teachings. And that is a class or a kind of session that is more of an interactive one, where you see all the members come and say what they have heard and what they have learned so far during the course of the week. And it helps us to improve. And in case you have anything to share to also help us get better, please bring it up, and we're going to be expecting to hear from you. Thank you for your time this morning. Now, again, it's now been another beautiful day, another beautiful time of reaching out to you. And I hope you have got or revitalized this morning via today's class. Take care. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same link on the same program. Remember, as you go out there, we encourage you not to just only count the day. Remember, you should always make the day count. God bless you, and bye for now. All right, bye.